Welcome to a new video and a new tab. And we start with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, knight c3, knight f6, and d4. And this is the Scotch opening with the four knights variation. Bishop to b4, knight takes e5. And in this position, there is many moves to play, like a queen to e7, or bishop takes c3, bc3, and queen to e7 also. And also interesting to castle. So black starts his action and play knight takes e4 and his king still in the center. So let's see what's the consequences of this move. Queen to g4, knight c3, queen g7, rook to f8, a3, and in this position uh, it's possible to play bishop to a5, knight takes c6, dc6, queen e5 check, queen e7, queen e7, king e7, bishop to d2, bishop to f5, bishop c3, bishop c3, bc3, bishop to c2, king to d2, bishop to g6, h4, and we have equal position with equal material, but it's easier for white to play this position because of his active pieces. So back to the game, knight takes d4. As we mentioned, black wants to attack uh, immediately without maybe considering his king's position. So a takes b4, knight c2 check, king d2, knight takes a1. And uh, maybe this is what black considered in his attack to take the rook on a1. But as we see, king takes c3 and the knight on a1 is somehow trapped. So in this position, maybe black can play queen to e7. This is a variation. And as the statistics, black achieved some success with this move. Bishop to c4, d5, bishop to c6, bishop to b5 check, c6, and bishop to e3, sacrificing the bishop here on b5, ruining some structure for black's pawns, and we can take the knight on a1. So in case f5, in this position, queen e7, king e7, knight c6, bc6, bishop c6, and this is advantage for white. Another variation be to play a5. So considering to open the a5 to protect the knight on a1, knight takes c6, bc6, bishop c6, or bishop to c5 immediately. Bishop to c5 considered as a blunder. Let's see why. A takes before check. In case in case king takes before, knight to c2, and the knight is free. In case bishop to b4, queen to e6. So now giving some space for the king and removing the queen from the attack. So queen f8, king d7, bishop to d3, queen f6, check, king to d2, knight to b3, and the knight is free now. King to c2, knight to d4, king to b1, bishop to b7. The queen is under attack on f8, so queen to c5, and now rook to a1 check, king takes a1, knight takes b3, and winning for black. Another variation, bishop takes c3 instead of bishop to c5, bishop to takes c6 check, bishop d7, now bishop to c5, a b4, bishop takes b4, queen takes b4, king b4, bishop takes c6, rook to e1 check, king d7, queen to g4, and this is winning and great advantage for white. So this is all variations. Back to the game. A5 was played. And as we mentioned, a5 may be intending to take on before opening the file for the rook, or maybe a4 to have a good square or safe square for the knight on b3. So bishop to c4, of course, developing and trying to make the king, the black king, in the center. Queen to e7 or a takes b4, as we mentioned, to open the a5. King to d2, and now maybe queen to e7, rook to e1. This is dangerous now for the discover attack. d5, bishop b5 check, king to d8, king to d1, intending bishop to g5, and strong attack for white with advantage. Another variation, d5. So bishop to b5 check, c6, rook to e1, bishop e6, knight c6, bc6, rook takes e6, king to d7, rook takes c6, and this is advantage also for white. So as we mentioned, keeping the king in the center and start the attack just to get some material, this is very, very dangerous. So back to the game, queen to e7 was played, rook to e1. So now the rook facing the queen and the king. So now there is many moves here to play, like queen to b4, king d3, queen d6, king e2, king to e7, and king to d1, just to keep this knight trapped in the corner, because many of players wants to play king to f1, and the king is safe, but now we have to keep the knight in the corner. So it's a good move. Another variation, a takes b4, as we mentioned, just to open the a file, king to d2, d5, bishop to b5, as we mentioned earlier, and we saw this variation, and this is advantage for white. Another variation, d6, so just to remove the knight from e5, bishop to g5 check, or not check, attacking the queen, f6, queen e7, king e7, knight g4 with check, king to d7, knight f6 check, rook takes f6, bishop takes f6, a takes b4 check, king to d2, king to c6, and rook to e8. So now with rook to e8, the bishop cannot move and the rook cannot move. And also this knight on a1 is trapped. So very good position for white with slight advantage. Let's go back to the game. After d5, bishop to b5 check, c6, knight takes c6 as we saw before. So now putting the king under discover check and attacking the queen immediately. Queen takes e1, bishop to d2, queen to e4, or b takes c6. In case b6, b takes c6, bishop takes c6, bishop d7, bishop takes d7 check, king d7, and bishop to e1, and this is advantage for white. In the game, queen to e4 was played, knight to b8, and we can now see why knight to b8 was played, because in case bishop to d7, bishop to d7 check, king e7, bishop to g5, king d6, queen takes f8, and now king to c7, queen to d8, check, king to d6, queen b6, king to e5, and queen to f6, checkmate. Back to the game. In the game, king to d8 was played. Queen takes f8 check. King c7. And queen to c5 was played and black resigned. Let's see the continuation. King takes b8. Queen d6. King a7. And bishop to e3 check. And white won the game because black resigned. So now black must give up his queen or mating his king. So black resigned after queen to c5. So this is a beautiful game, attacking style from both sides, but black just start his attack without getting his king to a safe uh, place or safe squares. So this is our video for today. Thank you for watching. See you next video and next chat. Bye.